coincidence that the only last pick cheese hero in Dota is flexible by both of these teams, and they're super far into the tournament. I think that's super value to be able to do that.
Yeah. Definitely. Something else that's constantly said is like, quote unquote, this Beastcoast classic. Jenkins, I want you to explain like what that actually entails and why people keep saying. Definitely. Something else that's constantly said is like, quote unquote, this Beastcoast classic. Jenkins, I want you to explain like what that actually entails and why people keep saying. Definitely. Something else that's constantly said is like, quote unquote, this Beastcoast classic. Jenkins, I want you to explain like what that actually entails and why people keep saying. Definitely. Something else that's constantly said is like, quote unquote, this Beastcoast.
Chris Luck, before we were going on, he tried to take this caption thing. He was going to wear it, but he figured out he might try this not. So it's very stuck on here. It's just this like, I got a chair mentality. Like, this is legitimate. When they say he's going to want to do more graphics, it's more than not. So it's very stuck on here.
You think that's right?
That's not some BS where it's like, oh yeah, they actually don't care. They're just here playing.
Yeah, I also think there's determine the motivation. Once they start getting deeper in the tournament, into the playoffs, out of the group stage, and their backs against the wall, that's something where it's oh, we got to try now. That's at least the vibe they give.
Husky can confirm this. These guys are notorious for not showing up to scrims. Just because they'll party way too hard the day before or something and just not wake up for it.
That's the Beastcoast classic.
That's the Beastcoast classic. It's not about the heroes. It's about the mentality.
It's so funny.
Let's refocus back on some heroes, though. Some ones that are also really rising in stocks. I know that Chen is what you guys wanted to discuss, especially potentially for Beastcoast and not so much outsiders.
Yeah, so Beastcoast started picking this Chen a couple series ago, and they beat Aster and Entity with it, and then ever since it was banned every game against them. And so game one yesterday, Fnatic actually stole it. So I think it'll be interesting to see how outsiders deal with the Chen. They might come in today and they might try to play it themselves, but they haven't touched it this whole tournament, so they might just ban it out. But there's a lot of problematic heroes. There's the Tiny, there's the Puck, there's the Bat Rider, the Timbersaw, so they might not feel like it's worth banning.
When it comes to playstyles, which of those heroes do you think is going to be hardest to deal with for Beastcoast?
For Beastcoast from outsiders?
Yeah.
I think, well, they want this Puck. This Skywrath is definitely on their radar, because I think that's the main primary answer they have is to Puck is Skywrath and Tiny. I think Tiny will probably be first pick or first ban for sure, like highest priority of all the heroes.
Okay. More so than the Puck.
Yeah, I think so.
And Hokono plays it as a 5 too. That's one crazy thing about this team.
Es que ahora ya la gente ha quitado esta idea de que Ryan es mejor por el Rosa. Puedes elegir Daer, puedes elegir second pick y significa que para Ramses o para GPK puedes picar estos seres como que esquises en el punto 18 del draft o el 24 que simplemente pueden dar free fire, ¿no? Como que tendría que Disco lidiar con eso y es algo que normalmente como first pick es un poquito complicado, ¿no? Poder intentar abusar, pero yo creo que igual por el tema de confort es mucho mejor que vayan por el first pick.
Y ahí mismo lo tenemos a Chris, ¿no? Concentrado, vamos a decirle. Me ha gustado que no he visto ninguno de los
Do you think that's a result of the homogenization of the core roles as well? The amalgamation, if you will?
Yes, please, more words.
I don't know what those words mean, but I would say there's been so many support changes where wards make free, cheaper, it's just cheaper to be a support player. There's not something right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Free egg shards.
There's more money going around. It's a good time to be a support compared to 5 years ago.
I think people have just gotten higher skill too. Wards are free now, so it doesn't make sense to stack all your ops on one guy and send them out into the woods to place all your wards for you. It makes you really predictable. It's easier to die. It's easier to get picked off. Where if you spread even cores now, I think good teams they'll have really good ward distribution with their core players.
I want to go back to that playstyle. You said, and we mentioned on the panel, that they are somewhat similar. The players when we interviewed, they didn't really seem to think that. Do you think they just have a lot in their back pocket, or maybe they're kind of lying to themselves?
I think where they differ to me is the offlaners. They have the Bat Rider in common, but I think a lot of what DM does and brings to the table for this team, they put a much bigger focus, I think, on enabling DM to have a really good game, and I feel like that's something Beastcoast does less with Whisper. It's much more about they try and win his lane, but then after that you've got Schofield running around just creating chaos, leaving Whisper a bit more on an island, whereas I don't think DM performs when he's under farm quite as well.
It's all about Hector for Beastcoast.
Yes.
It's all about giving him the juicy farm.
There's so many games, 10 minutes in, he's 6 on net worth. He's had a terrible lane, and then 10 minutes later, he's top.
He's always top in net worth.
Yeah.
That's a given.
How do you feel like that's going to play out for draft? Are they hoping to pick up those potential heroes, the focus earlier, or do they want to leave them to last to be that really like we need to set them up for the best game possible and try and get a pocket pick?
I think it just kind of depends what's available in the pool because, for example, Razor's first banned every game in this tournament to a hero, and we forgot to mention Razor and Batrider. I think if they're available, they will definitely look at. Teams have been addressing this outside. There's like 8 Batrider by preemptively kind of countering it in the 6-7 slots, but I don't know how easy it is to do because there's so many heroes like that. There's Bat, there's Viper, there's Razor. We see Necros and Venos now, Visage.
All right, here's a question I have. What core counters Razor in lane? Name a core that counters Razor. Because I was going through the hero list, I could not think of a core that actually does well against Razor.
So there's a lot of lanes you can build off carry players, or off carry heroes. Even like Juggernaut, for example. Like Jug CM can kill a Razor. The problem is this Razor, this Visage, all these ranged heroes are being picked with like Marcy Tiny, these really strong 4 positions that are good at disengaging from these combos.
And you can kill the support as well.
Yeah, if you step out of line, you just kind of instantly die.
Yeah.
Well, this draft is soon to be underway. We do know Beastcoast have first picks. So for you guys, how do you feel that these bans and first phase is going to play out?
He's got a screen right now, so he's cheating.
Without looking at the screen. Husky, how's it going to play? Predict for us.
Chen.
Yeah, perfect. Nice prediction.
I think to me, it's like the team with first pick, like this first, like the first couple of picks, they should be in a position to, use that last pick of the first stage, the 8th pick, to really get like that value pick that can't be addressed because you instantly get to protect it with your bans.
That's the only real drafting strength of first pick, is you get the first overall pick. So if there is these really problematic heroes like Chen and Tiny, you have access to them, and then you have the 8 pick slot to protect. Like again, like heroes like Razor, like Jenkins mentioned, they have very few direct answers, like 1-to-1, and you get to ban them out immediately.
Well, the Chen Tiny banned out, which meant Beastcoast opened up with the Clockwork.
I would imagine a Puck comes next, but I think Beastcoast probably picked this because if Outsiders doesn't pick Sky Puck, then Beastcoast can get Puck plus, or the Sky plus Clockwork. Possibly, we'll see. Okay. Which is a very good combo at killing a Puck.
The Clockwork kind of deters the Skywrath, and if anything, I think Outside's response here is really good. You get Snapfire instead, a hero less prone to getting hunted down by Clockwork.
Because you're farther away.
Yeah, you're
farther away.
You've got the cookie to get out of the cogs, but it's a hero that just also synergizes really well with the Puck. We talked about before, Dreamcall plus Kisses, just good combo, good synergy there. And I just feel like they're going to get more value from a Snapfire than a Skywrath.
Gonka.
Why so surprised?
Well, they have 2 melee strength heroes in the first phase, and I suppose for Beastcoast, that could be an offlane. I remember at Stockholm they played offlane Kunkka for like the first time, but it's probably more than likely a Chris Luck.
They definitely flex it. Whisper, I think we can play any hero in the game.
He can play honest, yeah.
But I definitely think this favors Chris Luck here. They picked it direct response to the Puck, so unless the Puck is somehow flexing, which is unlikely, I think it'll just go mid.
Okay. And what needs to come for the bans to sort of protect these first phases or potentially set up for the second phase?
I feel like you're pretty good with Kunkka. Like, this isn't a hero that, like, the reason past patches was so popular is because you could just even blind pick it as your mid laner a lot of games because it didn't have too many terrible matchups. I think the main thing maybe Beastcoast is worried about would be something like a Timbersaw. They've got 2 melee strength heroes. DM plays an amazing Timbersaw. That's probably the one hero that, to me, stands out that could give Outsiders a big draft advantage if it's left in the pool.
DM actually plays a lot of heroes that are really good against this opener, I think. Like, Necro would be pretty good because you're playing 2 melee strength heroes. Batrider's still in the pool. It's fine against both of these heroes. It's good against both of these heroes. And then Timber, like you said, Death Prophet, another hero that owns melee strength heroes.
She's banned out there.
Oh, she's out. Okay.
Yeah. But the other ones you said, yes, very possible. Are you hoping that Beastcoast are looking to ban those then? Or position themselves that be aware that it's going to be picked and have some follow-ups and responses? Could they deal with it despite having the 2 strengths?
They can deal with it. I mean, it just depends on how they want to play the game. It's one of those things where you can try to deal with it. If it doesn't work, then game 2 you just ban it out.
Okay.
Like you just go for the different strat. It looks like they are going to ban it out. They're banning out 2 heroes that are, good against like high HP pool heroes, good against the rum buff. Next ban, I would imagine. I don't really see Batrider getting through, but I don't know, maybe. After the last series especially.
Yeah, Batrider's looked really strong.
I could see Beastcoast banning out Timbersaw next. I think Outsiders, they just need some guy that just goes in, just gets in there for the puck to find the back line and the Snapfire to compress his ult.
Mm-hmm. If that Timber does get banned, then what do you expect them to open with? Like, what role or what hole are they trying to fill in the draft?
It always feels safest like to reveal as little as possible coming out of like when you want to force your opponents to use their double pick, so picking like a support, or maybe you just get like an offlaner that doesn't get too hard counted by anything. But
Beastmaster, I think Beast seems like a pretty solid one. Beast Snapfire into Clock
into Kunkka, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Beast doesn't lose early game to anything anymore, because you can go Axis build, or you can go Wraith Pact, you can go for the Super Dom. Like there's so many things you can do with the hero, and I feel like they do need somebody to like get in there and do stuff and be annoying on the map. Like some hero that like they walk in, they get roared, Snapfire Kisses come out, backline puck jumps in. Like that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I could see the Beastmaster. I don't know if they'll do it on 15. I think they'd rather wait till 18, probably.
Yeah, I think so.
That threat is definitely there, though. They'll probably just pick a generic support here, coming out of the phase.
What generic supports are you guys looking towards then? What feels nice for them?
So most of the... Oh, find out. They take the Timber.
They do go for the Timber.
I mean, we were saying this is the hero it felt like Beastcoast should just ban out.
Yeah.
Like I saw seeing their opening, I'm just like, okay, have Kunkka clocked. You're versing Outsiders. DM's Timber is just fearsome. And
yeah, I think they maybe were afraid Beastcoast would take it 16-17, so they decided to just snap it up now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because now it's basically Beastcoast. You see this, and it needs to be addressed in some fashion. They're likely going to be having to do Kunkka mid at this point. Clockwork can play that 4. We do see Schofield almost always playing these melee 4 positions, so getting some kind of safe lane, dual lane that doesn't get run over by a Timbersaw is almost essential here.
Another melee hero. I mean, this deals very well with, honestly, all 3 of Outsiders' heroes. I can see why they like snap pick this. They're like, this is just a perfect Nyx game. You can easily carapace the Timber, and that is the least easy to carapace hero in this game. Like Puck, if you carapace Puck, it's a way to actually kill Puck. You can interrupt the Snapfire ult from wherever. You literally just walk into the kisses.
Mm-hmm.
I think Beastcoast's only flaw right now with their first 3 picks is they don't have sustained damage in team fights. Like they're gonna drop Hook, they're gonna drop Boat, and then they need something that keeps them in the fight.
Mm-hmm. And what are you hoping that comes in the form of?
Well, it's gonna be a core hero, so some Chris Luck hero probably, some Ember Spirit type hero.
Okay.
You think Kunkka goes offlane then?
Could still be Viper. Viper's in the pool. Rubik. Okay, now I'm confused.
What? Who's the core? This draft has just got wild.
That is a Chris Luck special. So I can see that going mid and Kunkka offlane. I can see Whisper plays this in pubs all the time too.
Oh my god,
Really?
He does play offlane.
It's probably going to be an offlane.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, he feeds relentlessly.
You're not saying it's got a good success rate, but he does definitely enjoy it.
Definitely likes
Okay. Interesting. So then what is that offlane looking like with those 4 heroes there? Or can you just not even really tell with Beastcoast? They might just jumble it all the way up until the end.
I actually kind of like the Rubik offlane this game, dude.
Yeah?
I mean, you basically set up your, like, before the Rubik pick, you have these 3 heroes that are frontlining going in, so you just want backline nuking heroes because you're so well protected. So Rubik makes a lot of sense here. I think, core Rubik with either Nyx or Clockwork. I think I like the Nyx better. I think Clockwork lanes better against Timber with the battery assault, but...
Yeah, this is the damage they needed. He's gonna steal Chakram, he's gonna steal a Snapfire spell, a Puck spell. All these spells with super low cooldowns, high burst damage.
Just cycle on through, get an Ag Scepter maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that results in the Kunkka going mid in your eyes, and then what they'd be looking for is that carry for the last pick.
Yeah.
It probably would be a Rubik mid. Just I feel like Rubik once Puck is 6. Like I've heard a lot of Puck players complain about Rubik as a hero. It's like the one hero that can. You have to coil him, otherwise he just coils you, right? You have to kill the Rubik. And if you're a mid and you have levels, then that's not as easy.
I think the lane is favored for Rubik too. I think the Puck struggles to deal with the damage reduction from the Fade Bolt.
Okay. Outsiders actually spending a lot of time on this pick. What do you think they're struggling to decide?
They're just like, what the hell is this Rubik?
Where is
Where's
everything
this Rubik
going?
What's happening?
That's a great pick. There is not a single thing on Beastcoast to hit the Tombstone right now. That's a really good pick.